Cinta berbisnesnya apply. Cari kerja tu saja. At least ada stability kan. Aku mau masuk askar mudanya aku. Wanted to join the army to be honest. Kayaknya bapak aku, jangan belajar dulunya. So masa aku berhenti, share lah tu. Yang dah tahu, masa raya lah aku begitu. Kali adikku dulu sampai beraya sana. Bapak dah tahu aku berhenti. Kau begitu lah, aku tak nak begitu sendiri.
Welcome back to Seni Merch Podcast Part 3. Tadi masa off camera, ada aku berdiskus sedikit sama ke dia. Ini kebanyakannya parents memang rasa, ataupun family lah, memang rasa okay ke ni ya berbisnes ni. Kerja bisa-bisa sudah, kenapa jump into business? Kenapa in the more cari stable life atau? So maybe if you want to share to the audience macam mana?
Yeah. So I think banyak orang boleh relate to this experience. Ya, dia kan berbisnes lah. Sekali dia punya indongnya, cinta berbisnesnya apply. Cari kerja tu saja. At least ada stability kan. Tapi yang hakikatnya orang sudah nak tu bekerja di private sector, sekarang ditanya lagi, cari tak kerja sama kerjaan. So dalam arti kata lain, what do parents want actually? But of course, kita ni as an individual, we always have a choice. Okay. Kita ni mau buat itu, buat ini, terpulang arah kita ni. But of course kita ni buat yang terbaik lah. Terbaik bagi kita ni. Bukannya terbaik untuk orang. Okay. So macam aku masa mula-mula berhenti kerja, kan menumpukan 100% dalam real estate ni. Aku buat aku punya own perkiraan sudah. Aku masa sambil bekerja ni, this is my expenses. So nanti kalau aku berhenti, dapat kinda aku membayar aku punya mortgage sama personal loan. It's gonna be challenging But of course, you need to know what you are capable of. So you find solutions lah. So my solution back then was to restructure. Apa yang aku boleh settle, aku settle. So artinya you minimize your expenses. It's not impossible, it is doable. You just need to have a strategy lah. That's on finance. And on atau breaking the news to atau my family. Ni orang mesti kuat. Okay? Kalau orang tu mudah dengar sikit, dengar komen atau kritikan, patah semangat, you're not ready for the business world lah. Because the business world is even more harsh kan. Especially with the dunia of social media ni. People can just easily say anything without any consequences. Aku ni suka orang ni punya business. Kenapa? Aku suka lah mukanya. Wah. Payah macam tu tu. But you as a business person atau entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. You doing what you need to do. Because you can menjaga your own period of nasi kan. So whatever people criticize yang negatively atau jangan ambil ke hati lah. It's part of the world. So ni okay. So I come from two different families. So my parents separated early on when I was still in primary school. But that didn't hinder my progress kan. It didn't hinder my lifestyle apa itu ini. So I don't let it macam affect who I will be in the future bah. Who I am now lah. It doesn't have any bearings. So when I talk to my mom before aku resign, aku cakap lah, I want to do this full time, and then I feel like I can apa. And then she knows she's been supportive throughout the years. Every single business idea I wanted to execute, have really been supportive lah. But I think mothers memang macam tu lah, kan memang support lah anak. But my father comes from a different mentality. So masa aku sekolah secondary tu lah, aku tu actually after form 5, after BJ form 3. BJCE. Tu tahu orang aku ni dinosaur. BJCE aku dapat I think 4 distinctions and all that. Aku mau masuk askar mudanya aku. Wanted to join the army to be honest. Kayaknya bapak aku, jangan belajar dulunya.
Masa tu boys wing atau bukan?
Boys wing, yes.
Boys wing.
Sekali form 5 sudah habis, aku akan masuk askar ke. belajar dulunya. Okay lah, belajar aku sampai form 6. Kali form 6 habis, tu nada aku terfikirkan masuk askar lah. Sekali habis graduate, my father still insist on masuk askar. Pegawai ni pincennya bagus ni, aku macam, ya okay lah, I try lah. Aku masuklah segala peperiksaan askar apa itu ni di Brakas Camp, and then at the same time masa kan ada fitness test aku dah kena offer job interview je sama Brunei Investment Agency. And then ada two departments lah, HR sama satu tu investments. I can recall. Kayaknya kalau aku masuk askar, sayang je ni aku minat business. That time sudah aku memang minat business kan aku. Sayang je aku punya business tu dah pakai lah. So, kalau end up aku dah masuk askar. But of course aku nang dah pelang mau masuk askar. Tapi itu parents punya tu kan. Parents because ada security sama ada pincen bla 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 lah. So aku just follow my own decision kan, apa aku mau. But of course aku dapat je lah biaya itu. But it's okay. For everything yang you don't get, you will get something eventually lah. So yeah. Kerja sama government bla 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 bla. That's the story back then. So the background of my father, dia really firm on baik tu kau masuk askar. Bla bla bla, kerja-kerjaan, kerja macam tu lah. So aku always go against, not always, politely lah, because this is my life kan. I know what I want to do. So masa aku berhenti share lah tu. Yan tu. Anang ko na mo break the news to him because I know he will take it negatively. Okay? Sekarang ko na pala, masa raya lah aku begitu. Aku beraya ke rumahnya, aku begitu lah.
Tapi berapa lama tu?
Sekali, I think few months, aku begitu face to face. Sekali adikku dulu sampai beraya sana. Nyan, bapa na tu aku berhenti. Kau begitu lah, aku tak begitu sendiri. Kali biasalah, knowing my dad, ya buri lah. But then again, it is what it is lah. Yeah. Parents always want the best for orang punya children. But as I said earlier today, this is how I want to write my own story. Tapi writing own story tu sounds very macam a bit arrogance ya. This is how I want to take care of my family lah, artinya. So by doing this full time, aku nada plan B. So I have to make it work, artinya kan. Aku nada fallback plan ba. Aku nada kerja lagi tu ini.
Safety net nada lah.
Safety net nada. So that is that pushes me to perform lah. Macam I need to be honest na, not many people will sell especially people in business. Aku never been this broke many times, yeah. Tapi even masa you kerja, you ada pekerjaan pun sama je broke kan. Kadang you overspend, macam you max your credit card, macam mana. Ada masanya aku broke. Yeah, I know I'm in real estate ni orang, banyak duitnya ni, wow. Yeah, but it's not guaranteed kan. I don't receive fixed amount every month. So with the money I receive, I have to benar-benar make sure it's sustainable for the following months because I still need to service my loans. I need to macam beli household items seperti ini. So yeah, I've never been so broke, and I've also never been so easily accessible to cash. Yeah. So aku okay lah, luar ni masa zaman kerja lah. Mungkin kalau aku nak kerja dulu nada kali aku belum aku. Maybe lah because it's when you're in business you approach things differently. And then to be honest, all my business yang aku pernah start, I never use any loans. It's either from own money atau
rolling money.
Yeah, like that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Lurus tu, banyak orang rasa kita ni buat bisnes ni, banyak duitnya ni, banyak duitnya.
Oh ya.
Tapi orang dah faham, ada masa-masanya macam tu lah. Aku pun baru faham benda tu masa start masuk di PPMB. Ada this one particular person cakap jangan menipu diri sendirinya. Kalau nada cakap nada, ada orang tolong tu nya. So in business rupanya the approach lurus tu is different. What impacts you macam being dalam community business, jumpa orang yang like minded, and then NCIBD, di PPMB apa tu. Selain daripada berlayar tu lah. Selain daripada kena tu lah. Tapi in terms of dorang punya support tu macam mana? What do you see masa tu?
Yeah, I think yang I always tell myself lah, yang lebih valuable dari duit is masa and knowledge. Yeah. So to me, these two are really important for me. So kalau masa aku really particular. Macam kalau orang kan buat lepak, I don't necessarily terus, oh yes, aku really selective. Nggak pulang ambong. But you have to be that way. Because time is really valuable. Okay? Because your time itu, ada masanya you rehat. Ada masanya you upskill, you belajar. Ada masanya you network. Ada masanya you produce. So, banyak kegunaannya masa itu. But don't waste it unnecessarily. And then yang kedua, knowledge. Knowledge itu wow. So wow lah, very wow. Especially masa, okay, aku join Dewan Perniagaan Perusahaan Melayu Brunei tahun lepas bulan 11. Okay. Actually aku tu nada niatkan join. But one of my friends yang one of my good friends si Mordeni of Rumah Gelato. Tuan Haji Rahman dia ada invite kita ni katanya. Kalau mau masuk. Kali aku ni macam not so keen lah sebenarnya. I don't know much about DPPMB. And then even in DPPMB meetings, I keep telling macam the members aku, the only time I see DPPMB and is only masa pembarisan saja. I don't know what value it brings to me kalau aku jadi member. Not being arrogant but this is the reality. We need to face reality in most cases, especially Brunei. So, aku datang lah meeting sama si Mordeni dengan aku tu diam-diam saja lah. I just want to be an observer kan. Kali end up aku joining. I end up being very passionate sharing macam my views. I don't know people agree to that. It's up to them lah. I just give them the reality kan. But I see potential DPPMB can be re-energized lah balik. Yeah, and then restructure in a way that it adds value to not only the senior entrepreneurs but the aspiring entrepreneurs as well. It's not only just about ikut pembarisan. It's not only about menghadiri seminar. It's not only about macam jadi ahli. It's more than that. It can be more than that to be honest. So yeah, masa masuk di PPMB itu alhamdulillah ada kesempatan kena offer. The first seminar di China last year, the one we went sama 12 orang ada pengusaha muda. So aku a bit hesitant kan pergi. Wah, 2 minggu lah di China. Aku dah pernah ke China. And then my perception of China wasn't always positive kan. Majority because from social media lah. You see macam, dorang kalau melancong kamar. Okay lah, the media is media kan. Sekali aku 2 minggu, okay kan ni my wife sama anak-anak di rumah dapat manage kah? Sekali my wife cakap pergi tanya. Because you never know what opportunities or ideas you will receive sana kan. Kali aku macam so ada push from kita sikit, aku pergilah. Sekali turns out to be macam wow, one of the best experiences of my life ke China tu.
Benar.
Macam the moment keluar dari airport tu aku wow, time tu lagi kan winter sajok. And then aku sunyi je jalannya nah. And then you see EV cars bertimbun on the road. Aku wow, aku baca di newspaper Europe sama US still macam drafting policies pasal EV cars ni. Di China already years ahead sudah on the road semua implement.
Benar.
Macam you don't talk too much, you just implement. Amazing.
Benar.
And then the streets are so clean and every street corner tong sampah tu segregate untuk recyclable seperti ni. Macam wow, very structured je sini.
Alibaba building melintas.
Yeah, and then they don't use money to spend sana. Diorang pakai e-payments, Alipay, WeChat ni ku. Wow, this is very but I can understand lah how they come to be macam itu. Okay, but there is one particular moment masa di China tu. Kita ni ke Kunming. We flew to Kunming for another industrial visit. Sekali after class ni aku kan jalan seorang-seorang. Kan melihatlah apa ada the surrounding. Because I like to walk along and observe stuff kan. Kan aku kan makan apa ni restoran Sulaiman lah. Melayu kali ni aku kan cari roti kahwin lah aku nanya. Kali end up aku sasat. Aku sasat sampai tutup. Kena ada lagi restoran ni. So end up aku makan natalah hot noodle soup. Dan jalan. Aku apa lorongnya? Kali masuk. Wah, masjid. Shusheng Mosque yang masjid kayu tu. Aku aku sampai sana asar. Time tu aku seorang saya di masjid tu. Aku mungkin ani kali lah Tuhan mau aku sampai ke China ni. Ya bagi aku peluang anilah untuk bersemuka semaya di masjid ni. never cross my mind aku mana dia akan mencari masjid. Niku ada Islam di sini ni niku.
And then lagi different ni punya Islamnya di sana.
Different. Sana mazhab Hanafi.
Ya.
So masa tu aku sembayang lah. Doa pun macam really deep. Benar tanya orang kalau akan belajar tu jauh-jauh sampai ke China kan. Not necessarily China lah. Tapi I mean tu perumpamaan lah. But still that was a life-changing experience lah. Niku. Wow, amazing lah. If only I went to China many years ago. But then again, there are many other places in the world that we have to explore. Kalau kita ni belajar, not just to belajar. Kalau boleh, we need to have intentions. Kita ni belajar tu, we observe, we want to get to know the culture, get to know macam mana dorang reach that level, what business opportunities. Kalau kita ni belajar just for belajar, to me is kerugian lah. But of course ada masanya boleh lah untuk berlibur lah. Tapi I rather belajar to learn. To absorb what's not available in Brunei lah.
Ingat ku masa tu ada WhatsApp group. Ada masjid sini.
Ya. Gila.
Bila end up esoknya kami sama-sama semua sembahyang Jumaat di sana. Berapa jam? 3 jam lah punya sembahyang Jumaat, ada banyak sembahyang sunat tu.
Ya, alhamdulillah lah Hafiz this year sampai lagi melawat ke
sampai
masjid
lagi
atau
atau aku jealous.
Because masa last year aku sampai ke masjid atau aku doanya aku I want to make it a point aku ke masjid ni once a year. Kena this year pergi tu juga ada kesempatan aku. Alhamdulillah. So next year lagi insyaAllah.
Tapi yang paling ku jealous yang your latest batch tu.
Yeah, what about it?
Tu aku boleh nampak punya orang-orangnya semua yang orang-orang intelijen tu semua. Si Lokman, he'll be here. Lokman Urban Kitchen.
Yeah.
Good mind, great man. Si anak Haji Ilyas. Aku boleh conversation semua.
Sahamada.
Love him. Si Rumah Gelato.
Ya, Moldini.
Iku syok kalau if only aku dapat spend time more sama itulah, especially keluar. Lagi banyak masa bercerita.
There will be more opportunities.
Insyaallah. So you mentioned about knowledge in business. Every day is a learning process.
Oh, definitely.
So kirakan apa bezanya kalau business ni ada knowledge sama business yang nada knowledge?
Okay. When people say business without knowledge ni, ini istilah yang aku dapat bayangkan is umpama kita ni berlari dalam bulatan. Regardless berapa kali kita ni lari, berapa laju ke apa, kita ni masih dalam that bulatan. But with knowledge, you can either expand bulatan atau you basari, ataupun you can break out from that bulatan. So example macam di Brunei lah. Tadi fikir, di Brunei apa bisnes boleh aku start di Brunei ni? Brunei Dumbit market bla 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 bla. Macam-macam rintangan lah ini proses lah bla bla. Why are you limiting yourself to Brunei only? There are other markets. Business knows no boundary lah ni orang. That's why you have macam free trade barriers, free trade agreements. How do you get to know that? You learn lah. You research. We are living in exciting times. Masa my time dulu macam tua benar tu jauh.
Masih muda.
Internet wasn't as good as now lah. Masa ni Google ada, TikTok banyak. So you have two choice. You either use it for entertainment atau you use it to monetize or use it to belajar. So there's many. End of the day it's up to you. So with knowledge, nothing is impossible lah. So you just need to sentiasa self-develop, upskill yourself. That's why macam aku tell myself before aku berhenti dulu, if anything happens, I'm confident in myself. So you need to believe in yourself before other people believe in you. Because you know your strength, you know what you're capable of. Of course, knowledge is knowledge, but if you can make something happen out of thin air, that's on you. We have semua orang ada otak. Everybody has a brain. Everybody has 24 hours. It's how you use it yang will differentiate the outcome itu. So it's that simple lah. Jangan berhenti belajar lah. And then when you belajar, kalau belajar, jangan je belajar pasal business kan ya. Baca je buku-buku lain. Buku pasal leadership, buku pasal history, falsafah. Because if you read the same books, your knowledge sama je masih kan. So once in a while, baca yang different dari yang you selalu baca. Because you won't go anywhere by doing the same things. You need to do things differently lah. Kita macam kalau orang pengusaha ni, the key is usaha kan. Berusaha lah. Berusaha. That's the secret ingredient. Berusaha selalu.
Yep.
So knowledge is a game changer lah.
Yep.
I'm still in the process kan. We don't know whether I will be successful. And then success is subjective.
Yep.
For some people, success is monetary.
Yep.
For some people, success is a healthy lifestyle. So you cannot compare apple to apple. So yeah, I think this is just my journey lah. I don't know next year aku macam mana, will I still be in real estate? We never know. But yang penting we never stop learning lah, and we never stop imagining and doing things.
Kalau you can share lah.
Yep.
What is your plan for the next 5 to 10 years from now?
Kalau dulu masa aku employee, macam aku selalu cakap sama my colleagues, every 5 years aku selalu mesti ada self-reflect. Where will I be in the next 5 years? Macam, will I still be here? Do I see myself sini? Atau in another department? Atau in another organisation? So kalau in business ni, it's a bit hard to tell because this is my 4th year. Dulu aku bagi myself 5 years ni I'm gonna be so established. I don't know whether I'm established or not because now I'm in a transition where aku feel I'm really overwhelmed with real estate activities. So that's why this year aku bring on board 2 real estate apprentice, which I want them to become my equivalent lah. Because I want to bagi the portfolio so the business can grow. Because I don't want to be in the driving seat always. I want them to also feel the challenge and the reward of being in real estate. So I will groom them to be, if not at my level, maybe better lah. So that's real estate. But of course, I think some people also know now that aku also keen on investing. Not investing in stocks seperti ini, but invest in local businesses, especially SMEs. So at the moment, I'm supporting quite a few businesses with the intent to invest in dorang punya operations. And the way I do it is I don't put in the money first. Aku look into dorang punya business plan sama strategy because I want to contribute with my limited knowledge on making it more successful. So by doing that, I feel more assured that my eventual investment will grow. So that's why macam aku help some SMEs understand dorang punya cost model. And then some SMEs aku open the door for them to tap into a bigger market. So I don't know whether I should be mentioning dorang punya names, but yeah, that's what I'm been doing now lah. But in the long run, I want to be more like an investor lah. That's the plan. But business still runs. But more in terms of investing and improving people punya business. But I think one advice is any businesses yang penting is the driver, the founder. To me, itu paling penting because they are the captain of the ship. Kalau you lihat karakternya macam ni, and then are you confident kan the business will fly? So to me, profiling dulu the owner, and then baru check dia punya models, whether there are areas that you can help to improve. And only then money comes later. Money tu not so important awal-awal. Because let's say you pump money, tapi ROI-nya nak berapa? Rugi saya kan? So aku might as well pump my knowledge dulu, and then money. Unless the risk is minimized lah.
So kirakan your target itu during you punya expansion itu, kirakan?
Yes. Either expansion or rebranding, or they still need to have ownership of that lah. Aku just somebody yang help contribute value saja.
Bagi leverage lah.
True.
Wow. Okay. Sebelum kita ni wrap things up, barangkali if you want to promote sikit your business, your current business.
Masa ni our agency dan Basar Real Estate is appointed as the exclusive agency to sell Lumia apartments. Okay. Lumia Apartments ni is a new apartment project di Manglait. 148 units, 10 stories by the river. I think ada more than 10 unit types. Harganya ranging from 115,000 sampai 399k. So I think I see now there's a transition lah macam our market sana. especially the Malay markets lah. The reason I say Malay markets, sebab Malay ni ada preference-nya bah. Kalau Malay clients-nya, aku mau rumah sebuahnya, landed, kekal, memang sudah automatic tu. But lately, I've witnessed orang Melayu pun mau tinggal di apartments. One example is the Fairview di Malaysia. There's quite a few Malay owners. Some of them even my friends. So you go, okay, there is an acceptance untuk itu. Because when you live in an apartment, it's a lifestyle change lah. Because the apartment maintenance wise sudah kena jaga. You tahu datang di rumah, turun keluar kerja itu saja. Kalau macam you live in your own house, you have to make sure sampah berbuang, rumput berpotong, so many things to consider lah. Both are good options, but now I'm seeing a trend people also okay with living in apartments, which is nice. Because kalau aku personally, kalau tani belayar bah, tani tinggal di hotel kan, Airbnb, macam syok kan rasanya tinggal di apartment. Benar. Sekali balik ke rumah. Why can't we live macam itu? Kan macam okay. So slowly lah, I see people are moving towards that.
Recently, my wife ia course 3 bulan. So ia rent one apartment di belakang Starbucks di KB. Aku ke sana lah. Aku perhatikan di bawah tu ada gym, ada gym. Sekali every day ia keluar rumah. Ada orang menyuci everything. Kena ish, aku macam siap je. That's called a service apartment tu.
So macam berjagalah.
Berjaga.
Macam bisa kan, macam ada security, ada orang maintenance.
Pagar apa tu.
Dan itu datang rumah rehat saja.
Benar. Relax lah.
Nice kan?
Syok.
Exactly.
Syok. Kalau orang kan mencari Mr. Dan Basrah ni, di mana orang kan mencari?
So masa ni we are only active on Instagram. So you cari saja Dan Basrah Real Estate if you haven't follow. So please follow Dan Basrah Real Estate. Atau kalau mau lagi senang, just take my number 88297669. Di sana you can see ada e-catalog tu juga. So you can scroll di sana lah any properties yang you interested in. So basically the business number tu is actually my personal number for 20 plus years sudah. So to me it's manageable lah. Kira you have direct access to me.
Okay, kalau kamu mau lagi this kind of content orang-orang macam mana, InsyaAllah kami boleh bawakan. Tapi dengan syarat kamu komen di bawah, kamu beritahu topik apa kamu mau, siapa kan kamu mau kami bawa. Sekali kami sedaya upaya mencubalah membawakan supaya podcast ini boleh membagi banyak manfaat kepada generasi muda di Brunei yang insyaAllah akan membagi impact kepada wawasan 2035. So again, thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Selalu kalau aku bersalam semuanya.
Ya.
Sampai jangan dijadikan stiker ni di WhatsApp group. So I think itu saja untuk kali ni. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you.